Okay, good afternoon. So right now we're going to do some bug fixing and little improvements. Just trying to kind of get these little small fiddly bits away from the list so that we can move on to the more meaty parts, like a good session of sound effects, a good building the stages, visuals, get into like a pixel drawing headspace. And then there's some optimizations we can do. And these design points can come later, and yeah, we just want to get these little bits out of the way and round off the week. I think I might take tomorrow off, and today's going to be a short stream because I've got some childcare to do at about 3:30. So first thing we have is when we get our first artifact, there's a bug. Something happens. So I've already set it up so that the first artifact comes at the first second, and look, we already have an error. So what is this error? Okay, let's figure this out. I know what's happening. Hero buttons transform. So now that I've changed, I know what this is. Characters. What did we call Beanie again? Janaya. Janaya. So we need to go into character select. And yeah, we're going to have to come up with new names. Archibald, Tisselef, Lucy, Floater. I thought that's probably okay. I like Archibald. It's like Archimond, but a bit more domestic. Probably change that later. As we kind of get into the story and stuff. But God, it's just like my head's kind of going in every different direction, thinking about what is the next thing to do. I think we haven't set the current faction. So what we would then do, I think I know that this is the case. So when we pick a character, should do it. Really? Oh, okay. Artifacts. So what is the null reference? It's probably a script execution order issue. Because I've changed that a bit. That tends to cause issues. Okay, so I think what's happened. So player hasn't been set. So what if we just said GM happens here and artifact UI happens here? Hopefully that'll fix it. This is wrong. This shouldn't be here. Okay, I think that's the random thing that I changed. So that's why this would now be an issue. So player hasn't been set. Did I like delete that? So did we just not set the player? I thought I did. Yeah, when do we set the player? Okay, so that means that I have to say... It's weird that this was working before. Oh, I know. It's because I deleted the, like, placeholder player, but, like... But why is it trying to generate options now anyway? Because second isn't... So we could do something like if... Because we haven't got to 1 second yet. We haven't started. So we should be like... It's not that, and it's not that. true. Okay, let's just do this differently then, because what about start effect? Okay, let's focus on that then. So instead of having it here, because I think it was just the tester that I put in to check. Second should be 0 for one thing. So we're just going to treat it like we have start effect. Very interesting. Okay, so now it's just a different problem. So we're getting somewhere. So weapons has chicken rain effect. So where did chicken rain go? How the hell did that get deleted? Oh, I know. I know. It's because of the items. So we go prefabs. Ah, chicken rain effect. Okay. Okay, so we need to use like drop item in that case. So let's see if that just worked. Don't know what that random sound effect is. We'll get to that later. Okay. Okay, God, lots of random shit today. Oh God. Okay, so magic attack. Why is that doing get pooled item? Oh, okay. Yeah, alright. Because ultimately attack happened, leading to make the AoE effect, take damage, and then it died, and then it was about to drop. He wanted to drop an item. So this is to be expected because we did just change a lot about items. So let's just grab that again. Oh God, that was such a mistake to try and refactor items code. let's give it another. Let's just get it done. Wait, why is bow 3 missing? Hold on a sec. Okay, that's just because it was loading. Okay, so we're going to have to write some debugs at get pulled item. Okay, so the parent, get pulled item parent. I think I know what it is. Very simple. We didn't set up the items transform since we changed the name. So much of the work I'm doing is basically just catching up with the technical debt. Oh, and GM shouldn't have items. Okay, so here we are. Why is that sprite missing? That's odd. Okay, never mind. On GM, we don't have items transform. And yeah, this effect container transformer, like that's bad. It should be transformer, just transform. Okay, that'll be that one. More to come, I'm sure. I think I'm giving my computer a bit of a workout. Like, it's not a heavy game, but just all this loading and shit. Okay, yep. What is tanking the frame rate as well? I think that's just... Oh, return to pool. Okay. Did we have a... I think we just switch it off. I think that's the way we do it. So when a character dies... when a character dies, I think that's all we need to do. We don't need to like do this weirdness. We just say game object set active false, because we changed the way the pooling worked. God, that was such a mistake. I'm kind of annoyed at myself for how much time I lost. Okay. Okay. It seems that the items, the item prefab, has play on awake. It does. Yeah, easy fix. Yeah, I think I do want to just do the like do away with this like mass sludge of artifacts and just keep the really cool ones. So rather than, oh, you might heal on like the chained artifact effects, I think it's like maybe slightly overrated. Like, or it would be like gain HP when attacking a frozen enemy rather than when a frozen enemy is attacked. Yeah. Attacks have lifesteal on frozen enemies. I just love this chaining artifacts idea. The idea that an artifact can have a source, like set someone on fire, and the result can be a heal, and then you're kind of freed up to pick an artifact which procs on heal, and there's that lovely chain effect. Attacks have lifesteal on frozen enemies rather than heal on freeze. I was just reading that and it just looked awkward as hell. But okay, so we've got frozen heal. That's how it is for now, and therefore we want to pick anything ice related. And also I want to go upgrades. So for example, the priest unlocked equals 4. So I want to find all of these and just check that if that, whether I really do want that to be locked by default. At least for the moment, I don't. I just want to play with everything there. Yeah, so the looter, that should be available. Yeah, that should be available. Hammer should be available. Crossbow should be available. And then we'll go through and we'll... because what it might be is that they'll be locked by default and you have to unlock them. Because, you know, we can kind of start with very few kind of characters and weapons, and you kind of build up to having more of them. So while that would seem kind of simplistic at first, like, oh, I've only got like soldiers and archers, that's fine. That's a starting point. Because I think it's exciting to unlock these things as we go. But for now, let's just get back up to speed of everything is working. So that'll be this one to start with. And since we have start effect, okay, well if that worked, I've got no reason in particular to believe that that wouldn't work at 5 minutes. I will turn back on the my little time boost cheat. Yeah, we don't need that. Everything's unlocked by default. So yeah, we'll turn off start effect. So we go start effect. Actually, let's have it on. Okay, yeah, so he is unlocked. It's fine, it shouldn't be an issue for this playthrough. So I don't need to compile again. Don't worry, it won't take this long to load in the main game, it's just because Unity and shit. Frozen reset. Projectiles. Well, that doesn't look good with that background. Let's try frozen reset. Just make sure it works. I mean, no, I don't see why it wouldn't work, but... Oh, and we're going to try the balancing now that we have... nothing I see yet. Now that we don't get a full heal whenever we level up, should be interesting. Should be very interesting actually, because I can now rely on my armor a little bit to kind of judge whether I should run headlong into the enemies or not. Okay, that's not ice, although that is a piece of the puzzle to make the ice witch, the frost mage. So let's get that. And then, so now that I've like removed healing, I might want to be a bit more generous with the chickens, because yeah, I'm low on health now. And then that might be like a difficulty thing. Like at level 1 difficulty, yeah, you just get all your health back on level up, but later difficulties will turn that off. Okay, let's have... luck is always good. Let's let my armor recover a bit. Still getting nothing icy. But now that I have 2 weapons, it should be easier just to run into an enemy and just kind of kill it before it can damage me. But yeah, this is... yeah, here we go. Priest, thank you. Oh, except we're doing an ice build, so... But yeah, suddenly healers become way more valuable. But no, we want the ice, and at least this way, I can sort of say if I have... Oh god, no. Okay, yeah, I think armor for heroes might need to be a bit higher. So yeah, lots of balancing to consider. Oh dear, yeah. I think I could be a little bit more generous with how much we heal. Oh, and now when we click that, it tries to load Beanstalk. Okay, let's not do that. So we want... when we die... Let's just find Beanstalk. Load scene, Beanstalk. No, load scene map. And then I think we can go ahead and delete the Beanstalk scene. And then is that horribly in like HUD? Where do we on death need to find if is player play death animation? No, if game over screen. Currency dot amount dot to string. That'll do it. Simple bug. Yeah, delete that. Bye bye Beanstalk. Let's give this a whirl, see if it actually works even. So 7.5% chance. Oh, there we go. Yeah, that's quite cool. Yeah, that's quite fun. I enjoy that. Okay, so if we're doing armor, let's do armor. That's the first time I've actually ever had that. Block sound effect doesn't appear to be happening. And we should just pick one that we have a combo for. Okay, let's go with Better Soldier. Oh yeah, there is. Block sound effect is happening. Okay, we've got armor, so let's do armor. We've already got it's more of a coding issue, I think, because I think it should have a sound effect. And I wanted to write down more artifact ideas that are not this sort of paint by numbers. Armor regenerates quicker. And then what we can do is we'll need more information about the upgrade we're picking. So rather than this small thing, we'll have like a larger thing where you can see much more information about the thing you're picking. I think that'll be useful. Okay. Let's go with the hammerer. And I feel like we're sort of, with armored units, we kind of steamroll the enemy a bit more, which I don't know if that's ideal. I guess I'll just pick a weapon. Okay, but because I have less HP, I have to be a little bit more like careful with my own, with myself. I need to let my armor regenerate before being the guy that attacks, which is more interesting gameplay. Okay, ooh. So heal suddenly becomes delicious. I really want the heal. Should I pick the priest? I think I'll pick the priest. And then just kind of like let that percolate a bit before I like start getting too aggressive again. But there's always these little stragglers who end up in my midst for me to fight, which is nice. Mania, no, we don't need 2 heals. Let's get this upgrade. And it should be something like, when armor breaks, deal the full armor as damage to nearby enemies. Okay, shield mixes with hammer. Sounds good. And that gives me a little bit more like, I can be a bit more aggressive. Okay. Yeah, I'm liking the changes so far. Okay, we've got luck combines well with armor. So let's grab that. Oh, some chicken, lovely. Lovely. So chicken becomes game changing. The thing is that like I do need to be a bit more careful with health, because in Vampire Survivors like you can avoid enemies. In this it's a bit harder to avoid enemies. Like you can't really kill an enemy without like getting in its face most of the time. But then it's like, as a melee character, having armor means you kind of can. Whereas a ranger is like, no, you need to like hit them from a distance and not get hit yourself. Okay, I guess any one of these will do. I like sword. None of these are particularly good, although it wouldn't be bad to have more that's in, because this is already the combo I'm going for. Crit never hurts, range never hurts. Let's go with crit. Let's get some more damage out. And yeah, I feel like my army is swelled quite a lot. Like the armor thing means that it's easier to build up an army that like has staying power, which is nice. Healing is less crucial for my units. Is it just me? I think it's because I feel like units that lose HP are getting spammed with health, but I think that's because of the armor thing. Like, they sort of get healed until they're at full health. Yeah, I mean, there's so much to consider with balancing here. So like it feels like people get a lot of heals really quickly. Okay, I guess since we've got crit, we can get AoE. Lovely chicken. Although chicken's not necessary anymore. So healers really have made my army like quite survivey. Although we're not doing that much damage. Yeah, so much to consider here. Okay, to gain 5 mana on heal whenever a spell. Okay, yeah, so let's do this. Lovely. Now I can just crowd surf. Yeah, I mean, armor is so game changing, but I do find it much more exciting that armor is now a mechanic because with the damage reduction thing, like, yeah, it was there, it's useful, but it's just it doesn't have any synergies. Like you can't really do anything with it. Oh, what is going on here? I think it's possibly because that thing has so much health that it has a lot of health markers. So it kind of ends up just graying out. Let's just go grab something here. Of all the things to grab. And what is going on with this guy's health bar? Yeah, he's just got loads of them. He's got loads of health markers. So it's kind of like we need to say, because that obviously doesn't look good. How do we fix that? We could sort of make it that so the totem has, how much health does he have? He's got a lot, right? He's got 907. That seems a bit high. I think that's correct though. Even for a level 2 totem, like he's just got a lot of HP, it takes a lot to take it down. That might be overtuned. But we can say, so on, where did we have it? HP bar, or bar. And the amount here, so what do we call it? Float tick threshold equals 10. And then if, and then we say tick threshold. If HP, if so if slider.max value is greater than 500, tick threshold equals 20. That, or maybe it just shouldn't have that much health. Let's see how it feels. Does it feel like he has a ridiculous amount of health? It's like I can't even see, but yeah, no, that seems about right for like an empowered unit that can't move and can't attack. Oh, wow. That armor explosion seems pretty powerful. Healers seem kind of maybe OP. So I don't know if we can like tune down the amount of healing that happens in general. And then it's like really like when we... And I think Holy Mana might be a bit too powerful. Let's see, like we seem to be getting quite a lot of mana just from people healing. Although that does make sense, like we want it to feel powerful. The answer would not be to weaken artifacts, but to strengthen the enemy. Okay, there's a warlock, and he's just kind of standing there doing nothing. No, he did stuff, but it just got blocked. The thing is, like, that's not clear to the player. That's a good mechanic, right? But it's not clear to the player. So basically, like, if they do chain lightning and it's blocked, you kind of don't even see it. So you sit. So it looked to me like I know what was happening, but it looked to me. Walk is not on its own. Oh, really? Okay, we need to figure this out. There's so much to do. So close and yet so far. Okay, so I spawned a bunch of dudes and it took them quite a while to like get moving, which is an optimization issue. But it's because we've got so many friendly units, like we're just kind of not dying. So like armor might be too powerful. So we can say something like armor penalty. Minus equals character dot max armor. So we could like really lower attack speed based on how much armor they have. Yeah, so how much HP does this guy have? So I think the armor was a good decision. Oh, we're running out of memory, okay. I think the armor was a good decision. I think it's just because the profiler is open. And yeah, script's apparently eating a bit more, so everything was fine, and then I changed things and now it's less fine. But anyway, the chief has 200 and what was his max HP, so it's probably about 900 as well. And we could do something like, if their HP is particularly high, we give it like a different number. But yeah, these explosions from armor are pretty strong. So yeah, like it definitely the armor thing was a good choice and has improved the game. However, it has thrown balancing way out of whack. Meaning I kind of need to like rebalance the whole thing. So if it was balanced before, and it was, it's not anymore. And let's get Paladin. So if it was balanced before, it's not now. So yeah, I'm glad I did it. I just wish I'd done it sooner. I guess that's the only issue. And there's lots of balancing to be done now. Like, but it was the right choice. It's just I should have done it like that from the beginning. And yeah, it's gonna be a challenge to get balance back. It seems like the explosion is coming from the enemy sometimes on armor explosion. So I'll need to check that. So that's just like a bug fixing thing of like check where the explosion is coming from. So it should be coming from the character that lost the armor. And is it triggering on the enemy as well? I think that's the kind of silly mistake I would have made. So armored armored. I think yeah, armored artifacts. Yeah. So we have to say this. So this was really silly. When we check for these, we go if is on player team. What do we say if? Do we have a play on player team? How do we check for? If my team, so that's the one we need. So that was really silly. Silly mistake that I made. So we have to say if my team is this one. Oh, we're gonna lose our run because I saved muscle memory. Oof, yeah. It's going to be tricky. If it is on player team. But we'll get there, though. It's like we've done a meaningful change that's a good one. We now just need to deal with the consequences of having made a change, such a fundamental change. And then so we need to check that you actually lost armor that you had. If we need to check that you actually had armor. But it's like not just that you potentially had armor, but that you lost your armor and therefore like you had more than 0 and now you have 0. Equals 0. So it's like if you had armor and it is now gone down to 0. If armor so it'd be like if armor is greater than 0, if damage is greater than armor, then do these. And I've made yet more mistakes. But the damage after armor. So if armor is greater than 0, if damage is greater than armor, then do this. And damage after armor, why is that not? Okay, yeah, I just need to put that in here. That should do it. So if armor is greater than 0, if damage is greater than armor, or greater than or equal to armor, then that means we had armor and we've now lost it. And therefore we can proc this artifact. And then we just continue as normal. Armor minus equals damage. If armor is less than 0, then we add should do it. Okay, and so we have a bit of a problem. There's a problem with this like team management stuff, but like, okay, I think I fixed the artifact bug. Okay, and we've got lots of balancing runs to do and little things that need to be there that can be fixed. So tooltip, I'm going to put test Archibald Ultimate, because who knows what could change between now and actually getting to the point of having to test and fix the demons. Tooltip not work. So I guess yeah, let's fix that bug. So we go scenes. No, we go. How do we check what we're looking at? I've done this before several times, but so I'm gonna close these because it's too many open. And we want to look at character select. And we also want to look at hero button. And where do we actually, is it tooltip? On point to enter, on point to exit. Okay. So I'm just going to look it up. Unity, how to check which UI element I am mousing over. Because I want to know. So just to explain the problem. So yeah, we're just dealing with random bugs here, just trying to like make our to-do list a bit smaller. And then yeah, we're gonna get into all this balancing and like figuring out how to make it fair that one character has armor and another character doesn't. What we're looking, yeah, so if we go character select, when we mouse over the middle here, we lose the tooltip. So what is blocking the mouse? It's actually at the corner at the top here as well. So why is it some sprite? I feel like it's some sprite that is like covering it. So if I can see gizmos, is it this? Oh, it's this. I bet it's this. Ah, yeah, and you can almost see exactly where. So that's an easy one. We just go weapon image. So that's nice and easy. Nice and easy bug to fix. So we go hero transform, enemy transform, and just all these images should be not raycast targets. Is raycast target is different from. Let's see if that fixes it, because it might be. I don't know if it even uses raycast to get like the eye pointer over this pointer over game object thing. So let's see if that worked. It did. Lovely. Okay, nice. We can knock that off the list. Make the list a little bit smaller. Okay, beans for level up rerolls. This is a sort of semi-complicated one. It's like ended up being more fiddly than I thought. So artifact rerolls. So artifact UI. And it's not beans, it's currency, but reroll. So then we want level up UI as well. And let's just find all instance of reroll, because there shouldn't be too many. Not too many. So level up.rerolls is 0. Yeah. Except, yeah, so we don't even see the button if you don't have any rerolls initially. If rerolls is greater than 0, and then on, yeah, so level up UI. Simple enough. But we want to, so here's where it does work. So we go reroll text. So we want something like this. See, this is a bit fiddly, but yeah, let's just copy what we had here. So we're gonna want reroll magic bean image. And let's call it reroll currency image. And it would be something like this. I'm not going to copy, I'm not going to replace it, but we want, yeah, generate options, that's fine, that's all fine. And then so we just want this else, and the button's not even going to be there if it's not. So we don't need to worry about like, have you even got one reroll? So if base manager is better, reroll cost, and then so artifact UI had reroll cost. Reroll costs more, and then we start coroutine show level up. Okay, and there's more to it than that, obviously. So generate options. So we want something like this over in level up, show level up. Something like this. So we'll say if rerolls is greater than 0, yeah, that's just reroll text.color.black, yeah. Reroll magic bean image, so reroll currency image. Set active false. And then that's greater than this, the reroll cost. And I feel like that should do it. What am I missing? I feel like that should do it. So then, of course, I need to go into main game, look at the level up UI. Been a while since I've messed around with this. Reroll button. So let's switch this on. And then is reroll button the same? Reroll magic bean image. And I feel like, I hope, that means that I'll be able to reroll using currency. Although I'm not going to be able to test that unless we have a few rerolls by default. But if we just said we had 5 to begin with, and hopefully that doesn't get overwritten somewhere else, and we can just, when we level up, I think we have the level up cheat switched on, so it should be easy to test. Okay, except the button doesn't do anything, but that's a good start. Okay, so go back to main game. Of course, this shouldn't be open, but that's a good spot for it. Where is it in this one? -25. Okay, good. And then the image itself should be, I think when we start a game, like put it near set player because it's the same sort of thing. And we say, just putting it randomly in there somewhere, level up UI dot reroll currency image dot sprite. What is this? Okay, that should be an image. Like that. No, current faction dot currency sprite. Yeah, that should help. That should do it. And then we're going to need to reassign that. Oh no. Oh, we're going to reassign this one because we changed the name. And let's just change the name here as well. And that should do it, except nothing happens when you press the button. So in Artifact UI, when we press the reroll button, generate options, and the level up, so reroll, show level up. Ah. No, why isn't that working? Show level up. Yeah, so why isn't that actually re-rolling then? Oh, and then we can knock this off the list. And it's a sticky, yucky one that we can now knock off the list. Which would be nice. Because what we should be doing is hiding the button if we don't have the rerolls. And yeah, it's a very minor thing, bit sticky to get done, but it does need to be done. It is an improvement to the game, and it will be expected, and it will make the game better. And then it's done, and then at worst we'll just have to like refactor it a bit. So yep. Okay, so we've got 3, and the cost is 1. So why would busy equal false here? That's not right. Why would it say busy equals false? Why would busy equal false? I'm just going to delete that because I don't understand why that's there. Is that the ticket? Is that what it is? Let's try that. Some strange black magic based on some code that I did while I was in some kind of mad haze. Because maybe it's something about if busy equals false. I think that's it. It's like if busy is false, or like if busy is true, don't do it, because of interactions with like the chest and things like that. Like we don't want both to happen at the same time, you know. Let's see if that's it. Yeah. That did it. That did it. Okay, I'm not going to pretend to fully understand it, but it worked. Alright, nice to know. So that is done. That is done. And just make sure in my visuals I've got faction currency space. Right. Summoners and ultimate summon shouldn't use spawn points. This is quite a simple one. So in Ramparts, so it's like, yeah, so there's a couple of things we want to look at. So one is item. Item is actually item container. And when we collect an item, yeah, this is deprecated. Collect. And we say switch type. What was I doing? Okay, summoner. Get big items, so much spaghetti. And then if type is summoner, ally spawner dot spawn ally. Right, so we need to make it. So what happens is if the spawn ally and there's so many of these spawn allies, it's a bit silly, it's a bit ridiculous, but it's like the position of the spawn ally. So let's see if I can handle that better. So let's get big item, spawn ally, So spawn ally without the thing just gives it with a default. Okay. And then there's gm.c.spawn ally, which is a different thing. I know this is horrible spaghetti. So what I want so if it's happening in a certain level, then we want it to do it in a certain place. So, I mean, the one way I could do it, and I don't know if this is the best way, but we just have a bool and we say level or stage spawns. So the problem is this code is already like really bad. So that's why it's hard for me to read and hard for me to make this thing. But basically what we're saying is if the stage is the ramparts, then spawn them at the specified spawn points. So the spaghetti way to fix this is equal to false. Let's just do exclamation mark. And then we just have to say by default spawn ally. No, like this. So basically, in order to fix this thing that I want to fix, I am gonna have to like fundamentally change this code, which is a pain in the ass, especially at 2:30 on a hot summer's day. Yeah, so I am going to put a pin on this and say like, and just put this on the later list because it's probably not that complicated. It's just it's complicated. It's complicated at 2:30 on a summer's day. It shouldn't be too bad at like 9 a.m. So I will put that on, and I don't think I'm working on Monday, but on Friday. But let's just make this a Monday problem. Because it's like basically spawn ally and then GM spawns the ally. So GM has another code which is has the same name and asks for all of the things. When really we should just be able to say like spawn ally, this ally, and give it a radius. So starting kind of from scratch, and actually like even spawn ally and spawn enemy. Like, so actually we have spawn enemy, which is also bad. because we've also got 3 of those. It runs completely differently, and there are differences, but we want to homogenize spawn. Like, we just want to say spawn character and then tell it enemy or not. I don't know if homogenize is the right word, but it's like make them use the same thing. So rather than having here's spawn enemy over here, here's spawn ally over here, we just spawn a character, and then there'll be a bunch of things where you can say, is this an enemy or an ally? Probably the best way to do this would be to, so let's put these together. Maybe I am going to do this now. So I'm just going to start again, and I'm going to say spawn public void spawn character. And we're going to want to know a bunch of things. We're going to want to know spawn ally asks for a character name. Does enemy spawner ask for a character name? It does, because we're just going to be finding the character with that name. So yeah, we'll just do string character name. Like float radius, float, and we'll have like a few of these. We need to know the radius. We need to know which team they're going to be on. So it would be vector 3 position. Well, no, radius and position would be a different one. So yeah, we have spawn ally, position, team. And all of this, and I'm not going to delete it, but I'm going to copy it. And we'll say, so we'll do a lot of stuff here. So this is spawn character, and there's spawn ally. So we say new character container equals get pooled character, and then so here's the first thing that would be different between them. So the container would be, so we would easily say if team dot is equal to gm.c.myteam. No, we're already in gm, is equal to if team dot is equal to my team is equal to team 0. Then in that case, else okay, so then we've got that bit. If new character container is equal to null, it shouldn't be. If it's null, then something's gone horribly wrong. We're asking for a character that doesn't exist. Okay, so then, so get the, like, yeah, get the character. Position. Put in the position. Decide which team to join. Okay, so it's not decide, add to team. So we say team.characters.add, And my team is that one. And we don't need to get team, we just say team. So that's going to be slightly better optimized. And then we have on spawn. Even this is like a bit funky, because this is like when a character is spawned, and I kind of just want to put that in the same spot, right? Like, I kind of just want to take on spawn and put it in there. So it's whenever a character is spawned. The only other time a character might be spawned is on resurrect. But then we could actually create like a little bool which is like resurrect. Where we go. But I kind of don't want to worry about resurrection right now. That's like something for future me to worry about. Team and bool resurrected, where we just do a bunch of stuff in the event that it's been revived. And so by default this would be false. Okay. Spawn character. We'll get there. We just need to really like go through this code and kind of do a code review basically. Okay, add to team, easy. On spawn. So we're gonna take on spawn because this has like led to a lot of bullshit basically, and this is gonna there's been all kinds of issues with characters joining the wrong teams and stuff, and I just want to simplify this. So we've gotten rid of on spawn. And we're going to I'll just bracket this out so it's easier to follow. And we say, right. Undead equals false, no. Undead equals... Okay, yeah, so new character container dot undead equals resurrected. Okay. If undead. Dead list dot remove. So this character is no longer dead. Okay. This character make not dead. Remove from dead list. Reset buffs. In new character container dot buffs. So for every buff that they have, get rid of it. And by getting rid of the buff, it will undo the effect of the buff. Okay. Stop any movement seems simple. Reset weapon timers. Yeah. There's another thing I need to do is like, because characters are now like it's better. I don't need to have this character sprite render as a separate thing, especially not to contain the weapon containers, because it's just following into another script. So let's do that. Let's go crazy here. Come on now. Character sprite renderer has a bunch of things. and they can all live on the character container. We'll sort out the order of this later. And then we can go in. Because it used to be I had a prefab for each character, and now we just have one prefab, and which is then modified based on which character we've asked it to make. So we go character container, and we say away with you character sprite renderer. Away with this script. Oh. But that can just be a transform. No, it can't. Okay, what I'll do. So now that that's there. So did we success? Oh no, because it hasn't compiled. Okay, no, let's not do this until we've let's not do this until we've confidently finished what we're doing. So get rid of character sprite renderer script. We'll do that later. Okay, back to where we were. All right, so GM spawn character, reset weapon timers. Yep, that's reasonable. That makes sense. When a new character is spawned, reset their weapon attack timers. Reset to original sprite. So if for whatever reason their sprite has been changed, we want to just set it to their original sprite. Okay. Play a sound effect. Yep, that seems correct. And we're just going to play something that's on the audio source. Yeah, we play it on the audio source and it's the spawn clip. That makes sense. And what's that? 0.1F. That's volume X. Okay, yeah, sure, fine. Animation. So we set the object to true. I think that's implicit in spawn character, isn't it? Get pooled character. Do we have get pooled character? Okay, so this is redundant. If we're spawning a character, then we're turning it on. So game object set active true is not necessary. But we play the spawn animation. And again, might not be the best way to do it, but that's how we're going to do it. So play spawn animation should be a public. Okay. Reset colliders and HP. Okay, this feels like this is part of animation. So let's put that there. Get component collider dot enabled equals true. Okay. Except don't we have collider? So a character container should have collider. We shouldn't have to get component there. So that's going to be better optimized. Public collider. Like we shouldn't have to get component there. What did I just delete? Okay, yeah, something I was making new. Okay. New character.collider. Okay, yeah, so we can initialize bars. And if we're doing that, then the HP bar will be switched on. Yep. So we don't need to say that twice. Okay, set team. Okay, I feel like this can be a part of set team. Although perhaps that can be a part of initialize thingy, but let's just put it in team. So if team, and we're going to do team.name is equal to team0.name, then yeah, change HP bar color based on team. Why did I capitalize color? Reset weapon timers, SFX, animation, colliders and HP bars can move. Like this is all. And we may yet put it back in the character container, like a lot of this stuff, but I think I just want to like organize this. So can move feels like it should sit next to collider. Reset colliders and HP? No, just reset colliders. And let's do and movement. And then we can say, where did we... Didn't we have a spot where we said... There we go. So we can kind of bundle some of these things together to improve readability just a little bit. You set to original sprite. Okay, so there's the bars and can move and set targets. I feel like that's part of the team. So I am going to put that next to team. Okay, so there's a funny one. Set HP bar color. And then that would be a good place to say if resurrected, else, and we have the colors. I think it's like purple and Raise Undead. And so a lot of this stuff is going to end up there. Here we are. And then we can delete this. So we're gonna homogenize. I'll just add, just so I don't forget. Where did I put it? Okay, homogenize spawn enemies. Spawn, yeah. And also resurrect. So yeah, I just need to be a bit so if it's resurrected, so yeah, team.name, so we're just gonna have resurrected there twice. So if resurrected color equals cyan, else no. So far, so good. Okay, I think we can get rid of these brackets because they're not really needed. Though I kind of want to bracket everything just so I can like easily sort of portion bits of this off. So it's like slightly easier to read the bits that I'm not paying attention to. But no, let's just keep it all as one. Yeah, so actually, yeah, let's start bracketing bits off as appropriate, so that we can say, look, we've done that. We know that works. We know that's correct. Set buffs. Set weapon timers. Reset to original sprite place. Animation and SFX. That goes well together. So I like having animation above SFX. I'm more of a visual person than auditory. And we call this feedback. Just so like stuff that you can actually see happening. Okay, bars would be part of and there's some issue of order here. That the reset buff should happen before we initialize the bars. And that can live there. I just like portioning these bits off just so that we can like really easily see like reset buffs. Set weapon timers. Just so it becomes like super duper readable. Okay, so this is interesting. So clear existing buffs. We've already removed all the buffs. We also, a character does not have allies, a hero has allies. So to me, like an ally doesn't have allies, basically. That's one thing we know. And we've already cleared all the buffs. So we would only want to add them. Clear existing, and then this is, so we want to say clear existing weapons, just to be clear on that. And given upgrades is like a list. So this is just for like shield and dagger. So this is like there are, yeah, these are just two talents that can actually give your character weapons. And we ask, if you have this upgrade. So we go clear if for each given upgrade it has, if it's a weapon, then like remove that weapon. And then clear their list of weapons that they were given. And then we can say grant the given weapons. And here we say, and then we add it to the given upgrade. So we then dagger and shield, and I'll just bracket those out just because it just makes it super readable. Okay, and now grant talent buffs. tested this. And we've already initialized the bars, except initialize bars. So that was a problem when we but the initialized bars should definitely happen after grant talent buffs, or yeah, and so we don't need that to happen twice. And then I feel like reset buffs, reset weapon timers. Well, reset weapon timers I think should happen after we've given it that. And then I feel like a few of these things should be like return to basic, but then we add stuff. But I think this should work. Okay. Now, is there anything in here that is not? So we can now delete this. And now, and what's this? This is Raise Undead. So I want to take anything that was in here. Okay, yeah. Near the initial position. Oh, that's drop item. Okay, so let's just fold that. Raise Undead. If the corpse isn't on the dead list, then stop. Proc grave artifacts. Yep, that makes sense. Make a copy. So yeah, like when we resurrect something, it's like a different code, even though a lot of the stuff is the same. So proc grave artifacts can happen inside spawn character. If resurrected. And I always used to have trouble spelling resurrected, but no more. It's a bit like when I worked at Jagex, I learned how to damn spell the word archaeology. Okay, never mind caster just yet. And let's just, for now, get rid of the ones that we are not using. Just because we don't want to deal with the headache right now. Okay. So yeah, I do want to say basically a resurrect is just spawn character with this set to true. Make a copy or use corpse. Okay, so like this would be redundant. And I suppose what we would want to do is go spawn character. And then, so I want to do this like spawn character. And if we say radius, go back here. And do a spawn character with the radius. I just really want to clean this up. Yeah, never mind this. We're spawning a character with a radius. Okay, so we've got this like player. I think we should have radius. So we're spawning a character with a radius from a origin. And this would be origin. It's going to make this very like robust spawn character that we can kind of do it as we please, that we can call it as we please. I'm probably not going to be able to finish this on stream now because I have to go in like 20 minutes. But let's see how we get on. Resurrected. Okay, strength equals 2, and then what did we end up doing with strength? Let's see. So spawn character. And then it would be like and then we go where do we get character name? And then so this one, say spawn character, caster dot. What time are you leaving?
I'm leaving in 10.
Okay, alright, I'm going to end the stream here. I'll probably come back to this a bit later. And yeah, I mean, essentially what I need to do is just... So it probably wasn't a good idea to start this and then carry on tomorrow, but I'm just going to leave it all open and not close it. Like, I'll just put my computer to sleep. And I think... And then are we going to town tomorrow or something then?
If you want.
Yeah.
You can join us if you want. I'm going with the kids.
But yeah, it would make sense for me to come too, right? Because we wanted to get that thing.
Yeah.
Okay, and do you think morning or afternoon? Well, anyway, I'll be back like either tomorrow or Monday. So thanks for joining. I really appreciate all the subscribers I got this week and everything. Really appreciate the support, and I'll be back soon to finish this. So cheers. Have a good evening, and yeah, nice one. Cheers. Bye.